some health sign. There is no surer sign of your good health than that your mind is free and wanders easily on wings of music or imagination and creation, without being fettered to concerns of the corporal body, pains and aches and worries, hypochondriacal superficialities, because your mind, your soul and spirit and identity was born and incarnated free, and nothing ever should obstruct or sabotage that freedom, which is your insurance and your only guarantee of health. So there, my love, I earnestly beseech you to keep free and well, so that I never may stop loving you, so that we always may be co-dependent on each other's freedom, and protect it, safeguard it, and cultivate it, so that our creativeness may never cease. Wishful thinking. Powerless and awkwardly bereft all strength, I cry to my beloved from the depth of darkness and despair to in my languishment evoke a dream that maybe still remains of perfect love, a perfectly ideal relationship and union of our souls in prayer for humanity and all that madness that so desperately governs this so aberrated world. But our love can save it, and that is my dream. No darkness, no atrocities, and no demented violence can touch or violate this dream, since our love is sacred and a wonder at that too. So let us pray across the borders of our separation to redeem humanity with our love and with it all civilization. Nature. The overwhelming character of nature is something that man never can describe, nor live up to, grasp, or even understand, since nature ever is man's total master, against which man ever has to fail in awkward and pathetic, constant and ridiculous defeat, since man must ever in comparison with Mother Nature stand a miserable, naked, lost and stolid child. The greatness and the wilderness and power of Dame Nature must constantly reduce the vanity of man to nothing, and the only way to tame her and cooperate with her is to respect her sovereignty and accept her terrible supremacy in self-humiliation, and to never try to challenge her, for she alone has sense to know what life is all about. Constancy. I send you constantly my love. I don't know if you feel it, but my constancy is well enough for me, and I believe as long as this my constancy is true, you also with your intuition will be faithful to the beauty of our union, this our friendship, which must be considered something of a strange coincidence, a kind of fortunate release from previous traumas, and a platform for the future to create and build on. I feel our relationship is perfectly constructive. We have never hurt each other yet, and, as I said once previously, I don't think that we can. So what else is there to do but to continue this persistently constructive, glorious constancy? Gratitude. So far my love has been acceptable to you, and I am grateful for it. Take it as an offering of humbleness and gratefulness for that this love is possible. Some say I fell a victim to the cruelest women who only taught me the impossibility of love, of their own hard experience, hardened nature, hardened pride and arrogance, which only taught them self-love. But with you somehow true love was suddenly released, a new amazing possibility was found in beauty's orchid bud, of honesty and sensitivity, of wisdom coupled with extremest intuition, and I was released from lifelong dull imprisonment of no love. So what else can I then offer you but my sincerest gratitude, that I may love you and that you receive my love? The lover. What is a lover? Someone to be alone with, on your own, to dream about when he is absent, to always have him handy as a trust, to be able to rely on completely, and to be certain of, whatever distances and absences. A friend to be at one with always when you need him, even when you cannot reach him. To always think about and live with in your thoughts, another ego of your own to be able to respect and to never fail to honor, sure of trust, since you know for certain about a lover that he never fails you. In the Night. The headline of this poem came from Robert Schumann's piano piece with the same title, which could be listened to as an appropriate accompaniment to these troublesome lines. When in the sleepless night I think of you, and worship you the more for all my torment, nothing can more strengthen me in my conviction, in my faith in you for all your absence, than the fact that you light up my sleepless night and turn it into harmony, security, and welfare. Is it maybe that you seek me with your ghost and mind, like I seek yours, heroically spiting distances, and lacks of any urgently desired means of straight communication? Certain is the fact that my unsettled ghost is out and hunting desperately for your contact by whatever means. Thus maybe we can meet in spite of all, as lovers somewhere beyond this constrained reality, to there unite and stay united without any more constraint. Regretting love. A strange theoretical question arises. Has anyone ever regretted his love? I must say that everything speaks for a no. I never found anyone anywhere, not even in all world literature and our history, who in whatever preposterous way has said, I regret that I ever gave my love to her or to him. Are there any exceptions? Not even poor mothers of criminals have, to my knowledge, regretted the love of their lost ones. Not even the raped victim can fail to feel some compassion for the most condemnable of all transgressions. Nor even can I regret any of my many moments of love, not one single of them, although God knows that all cost me more than I could ever give. An opening. How would you want our relationship? Sleeping together or just neutral friendship? Whatever you wish, I will grant it, with no reservation as far as I can. If you still are a virgin, let's keep you that way. If that is your desire, I will never trespass you. If you want children, let's postpone that question until we get started. Of course, you'll prefer your vocation and work, which, however, does never exclude love, but rather demands it, like I have my duties and hopeless condition of workaholism. We are flexible both and can compromise infinitely, since that is one of love's many miracles. Suddenly impossibilities turn into practical feasibleness, all doors open, all locks are unlocked, and the only thing left is an endlessness of opportunities and possibilities. My care. It is so long ago I wrote a poem to your dedication, not because I have forgotten you, but from neglect, confused by crises on my journey, which upsets it all the time and throws me in the doldrums of exasperation and despair, disheartening me to the point of no return from the black hole of desperate defeat. But you are there still somewhere, way beyond the rainy clouds, like some ethereal dream of something better than my ruin, like a promise of some sunshine after all, when all these desperate accursed rains have passed away and left us with the ruins of a wrecked country, dismally transformed into a havoc just for nothing, for the weather play and waters to destroy our lives and throw us deep into depression. And for what? I just don't care, since you are there, which is my better care. Leaking tents, the trekker's nightmare. It's not just that it's wet and dreary, but it's freezing cold as well, and there is no way to get warm in soaked blankets and with drippings following you mercilessly in whatever way you turn to helplessly escape the cold and pouring streams that find their way wherever you have something sensitive like papers, books, your camera, your toilet paper, and whatever that cannot survive a touch with water will be sought out by the waters of the leaking tent to cheer you up and force you out of bed with an umbrella, sitting upright all the night in freezing cold until the rain stops, which it never does. It could be worse, though. Drippings only torture, but if something happens to the ground and waters move it, you'll end up in a flood of mud and never wake up any more. Another cup of tea. My love is like a cup of tea that never can be finished, but is amiably replenished every time you finish it, like a perpetuum mobile, for thus works love ad infinitum. There is nothing in the world to stop it. No one can get through with it. It is the most unsolvable of problems that demands a constant entertainment to be carried on to the delight of those who never tire of the sport, but live just for the exercise of love's eternally miraculous expansion. Rest. Rest with me like I will rest with you, on an exquisite bed of flowers made for you, made softer by the gentle touch of our delicacy, and richer by our lengthened dreams of sweetness that have the strange habit to be constantly prolonged into interminably unsurveyable continuations, like a novel or a symphony that never ends, but just continues to develop and expand into more wondrous and delicious new beginnings. But from this constantly developing and never-ending epic, we need pauses. So, my friend, come rest with me, and I will rest with you, and thus we shall sleep well together. Falling stars. Who needs a constellation of the Virgin to depict you, when the starry night presents the entire Milky Way for a sufficient illustration of your bounty, of the depth and richness of your soul, and of your overwhelming beauty, which I can lie comfortably on the ground, just staring at it, meditating over it forever, while I count the stars that fall, each one as one more stroke of luck from you, each one another ray of light and message from the Milky Way of grace and love and kindest thoughts from you. Thus do we communicate in flashes, fast but absolute and without end, each falling star conveying this important universal message of the interchange of love between all constant lovers.